Hi everybody, welcome to Cooking with Pam. I've got Mandy behind the camera, my daughter who has helped so much with everything at Stage West. I know you all know her too. We decided to make our mimosas before we started. I think I should have had about 3 or 4 before, but we'll see how this goes. I'm making a mimosa that we're going to be trying out at Stage West, thanks to Tiffany. It's made with a strawberry lemonade through a slice of orange. Mandy's drinking a traditional mimosa, champagne and orange juice. Sorry we didn't wait and pop the champagne with you guys, but we needed it now. I am certainly not an actor. I don't have any theater experience. Not sure how I got talked into this, but we're gonna wing it and just see what happens. I'm going to cook something that we make in the cafe today, and the Stage West Theater, it's a professional regional theater here in Fort Worth, located over on Vickery Boulevard. And we have a cafe lobby, or a lobby cafe is what it's called, that we serve dinner before the show. And we also, serve brunch on Sundays before our matinee. Today I'm going to be making the quiche Lorraine, which is a new quiche we started this season with Lifespan of a Fact. We got to do that show. We also got to do our Ada and the Engine. And unfortunately, with the children, we got to do the first weekend and then had a great recording that I'm hoping everyone got to see because it was beautiful. The next show we're hoping for will be Into the Breaches, which will be in July. This quiche was something I started with this season, a new one, and everybody seems to love it. It's a quiche Lorraine. I'm by no means a professional cook, as anyone in this house can tell you. And getting this thing filmed right now during quarantine has been quite a challenge since everyone's in the kitchen pretty much 24/7. Mandy somehow lost 15 pounds that I somehow have gained. So my hope is the show starting, and I have a doctor's appointment the 1st of July, so maybe that'll inspire me to get with it. Let me get on to this right now. Quiche Lorraine's really pretty simple. Drinking my mimosa. We will be featuring every week something that we do in the cafe, and then the last weekend I plan on featuring a new dish that we'll be putting on the menu. We'll also be making a show drink. We are in quarantine, so I can't run out and just get everything at the drop of a hat. I don't really leave the house. Mandy does all our shopping mostly online. So I will make a show drink next week. And possibly the meatloaf, which is our most asked for entree. And it's very, very simple. But today's quiche Lorraine. A little bit about my history at Stage West. I've been there about 10 years, which seems incredible, but it's been about 10 years. I've loved every moment of it, love all the people. It's like my second family. I try not to cry because I'm not a big crier unless I'm talking about something I love. And then I get teary-eyed. So I'm going to try to concentrate on the quiche again. Most important is to get your eggs beat up before you put your cream in. Any recipe that I use or look up and modify, the one thing or two things I always do, if I see the word milk, it instantly turns into heavy whip or cream. Because that's, heavy whip or cream. And butter. A lot of the 70s recipes have margarine, so of course I would always change anything to butter. Most quiches call for 6 to 8 eggs. I usually use 7, and I try to get fresh eggs. Fairmont is like, I think, the chicken fresh egg capital of the world, because all our neighbors, we live in Fairmont, all of our neighbors here seem to have chickens. Even saw somebody walking a lamb the other day. So we also have lots and lots of cats here in Fairmont. We own lots of cats here at our house. I would not say how many because I might get in trouble. But the mascot of Fairmont is the feral cat. And if you live here, you will know why. Well, I should have opened the cream first. Tried to get everything prepared. I do notice that since, that was really not the way to do that, but since quarantine, or since this whole thing has started, oh my gosh, I don't open things with my teeth anymore, which is a terrible habit anyway, but I definitely don't do it now. Mandy, you may have to put down the phone. Okay, we got the cream open. Thank you, Mandy. This I just kind of judge. I think most recipes say a cup and a half. I usually probably use about 2 cups. It's kind of according to how much heavy cream I have and how much regular half and half I have, how much I use of either one. As long as you're using both of those, you're good. Be sure you have your eggs mixed up before this goes in. Throw that in. Give it another mix. Take another drink. We've been doing Zoom meetings at work. That's been interesting. It usually varies that part of us will look halfway decent and half of us look like we're home near death, but it's a fun experience. All right, now I'm going to get to just the 3 spices. Not much that goes in there. You use, well, which one is this? Nutmeg. I use about a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. That was probably a little more, but that's fine. I use 1/2 teaspoon, or a little more, really, a little full, of white pepper. I don't know why white pepper. One of the recipes had white pepper, so I stuck with that. I usually use kosher salt for most of my cooking. I have a feeling this could be bad, so I'm gonna do it over here. And I use a pretty, good sized spoon of salt. I think salt, cream, and butter are probably the 3 secrets to cooking. Throw this out. Then that will get mixed up, and that's pretty much, we're pretty much there. Okay, next step is I already got my pie shell. I usually use a bigger pie pan than like most store-bought or whatever quiches. I like to get 7 nice thicker slices of quiche out. I have to admit, I have tried making my pie shells several times. It doesn't always come out great, so this is a Pillsbury, which are very good. I do recommend getting Pillsbury. They're the best brand. I also do not pre-bake my pie crust. A lot of recipes call for that, but every time I do it, I seem to come out with, I'm not sure what it is, but it seems to do fine not pre-baked. Bacon. I have actually 10 pieces of bacon in here. Doesn't look like it, but it's 10. It's also a little more than what it calls for. I've chopped that up. That goes at the bottom of the pan. I did thoroughly wash my hands, which we're all doing, I'm sure, every 5 seconds right now. Which I can't believe my hands are softer. I'm kind of, like, weirded me out that they're not all chapped up, and I guess it's all the fancy Bath and Body Works soap that Mandy ordered online. Okay, got your bacon. Next, an onion, which I already chopped up. And this is a small onion. I probably won't use quite all that, but the only ingredient I do not have on hand are chives, which would just kind of go on the top, about a 1/4 of green onion tops or whatever. But like I said, we're in quarantine, so we are not running out for everything. Next comes the best part, cheese. I have, I'm gonna let Mandy say it so I don't... Gruyere. Gruyere. I always call it something crazy. My late husband used to always make fun of me and call me Edith Bunker from All in the Family because I tend to mispronounce things. Remember Jim from the theater was horrified at the thought of me doing a curtain speech, which no one still let me do, and you can probably see why. Because I would ramble on, probably through intermission, and they'd have to get the vaudeville cane out and pull me off stage. Anyway, we've got the cheese. Lots of cheese. Calls for usually most quiches around 8 ounces. I can tell you this is more than that. That just spreads straight over this. And I fill it up pretty good. And spread it out. And that's probably at least 10 ounces or so. And then the last but least is your nice mixture of cream and spices. And yes, that's why it's important to do the eggs first, because if you don't, they do not chop up once the cream goes in there. Okay. Again, I'm not a professional cook. Our next show, Into the Breeches, has some fabulous cast in it. I so hope we are on stage with that show. Mark's in it, Dana's in it, Emily McSpadden, goodness, that's an old friend of mine. Emily Scott Banks, Judy Keith. I know there's 3 others. I'm so apologize for not rattling off your names. It ought to be a great show. Emily also lives in Fairmont and posts on Fairmont page some of the most beautiful dishes and foods, and she's like the queen of quarantine. She should be doing a cooking show and how to look beautiful and still in quarantine. Okay, poured that straight over. I fill it up. My daughter Mandy always says way too much, and that's why the oven gets so messy. But I like to fill it up as much as possible. Let it set a minute, make sure it settles. We're going to be cooking it in our Wolfgang Puck toaster oven. Well, deep fry, whatever. It does all kinds of things. And it's hot in our house right now, so we're going to avoid turning on the big oven. And yes, Mother, we do use this a lot. She got it for us for Christmas. So I know she thinks we don't use it, and we do. Alright. Not going to wait through this part. We'll take a break here for a minute. And, hi everyone, we're ready to take the quiche out. Here we go. Looks pretty good. It's nice to cook just one. Usually it's 4 or 5. And there we go. We have a beautiful quiche Lorraine. I'm going to wrap it up here. Just to let everyone know we'll be back for one of these next week, hopefully, if they let me. I do want to bring up a little bit more about the history at Stage West and what its changes have been made since I've been there. And the one big change I want to bring up right now is a heads up to Arturo Limon, our Stage West chef. He does all the cooking. I do a few things that I make, but he is the main brains behind all the beautiful dishes that come out of there. He was a piece of the puzzle that was missing. About, I guess, 5 years ago, he came to work for us full-time, and it's been such a blessing. Love you. Also, a heads up to Rob, who really got me the job at Stage West, and to Dana and Jerry for hiring me and having faith in me and putting up with all that we've all been through these last 10 years. It's been fun. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I hope I'm there long into the future. And love everybody, miss everyone, and hopefully see you guys next week.
Hey, this is Dana Schultes, executive producer for Stage West Theater. I hope that you enjoyed our programming today. If it is something that you can do, please consider giving a gift anywhere from $1 to $1 million, whatever is comfortable for you. You will be helping to keep Stage West healthy. And don't forget, during 2020, all gifts up to $300 are eligible to be deducted from your taxes. So take advantage. Thank you again for joining us. I hope you have a great day.